All right, y'all. Back again. I just finished watching that fuckery of a loss to the Timberwolves. And I got to say, man, this ain't a good team. But it's not a good team because of the style of play. That became evidently clear to me in the fourth quarter, particularly when they went small ball. And Lonzo started hitting clutch threes. I don't know, man. Something about Lonzo in the clutch. He just does it. But he missed a couple, late in the game. You know, he was bad to me. He was 4 of 9 shooting, which is acceptable. But took way too many threes, man. But anyway, Lonzo to me was bad the entire game until the late fourth quarter. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Uh, the first quarter, I thought he was there. Um, second quarter, third quarter, no good. Fourth quarter, particularly like the last 4 or 5 minutes when they went small ball, I thought he was great. Uh, well, let me not say great. I thought he was really good. I gotta say this though, they couldn't play Steven Adams like the entire. Pretty much after Steven Adams set in the third quarter, he never saw the floor again for the rest of the night. And they played Jackson Hayes, but when the bench started giving up the game, which was already being given up anyway by the starters in the fourth, and then he put in Lonzo, Bi, kept Josh Hart in, then he brought in Bled and Zion, and they just played aggressive, you know, and I'll put it like this: Bledsoe spaced the floor a little bit. Lonzo, Bi, Zion, and Josh Hart when he was in all got some run too there. But they had a lot more space to work with, and I'll put it like this: once the game got like the last 2 minutes and stuff, they kind of started giving Lonzo, bring the ball up duties, and he was still getting, into 3D mode, but at least him pushing the ball up the floor seemed to help because he got like Bi 2 good shots at three. He got him a couple of them, but he just couldn't knock down all of them. But he got 2 good shots that hit. Uh, I don't want to praise Lonzo this video because yeah, I don't want to praise Lonzo this video. He did all right. Bi started off phenomenal in the first quarter, and after that, I don't want to give any of these guys credit really for the fourth quarter. Let me just go ahead and get this out the way. If you gotta be down double digits and you were lethargic, had no effort, and you want to try to make a run at it late, to me it's like, in football they say you got garbage time stats or garbage time minutes. So if you sitting there and you're down 20 points and all you can do is pass the ball, so you just chucking it up the field, and the defense is playing back because they don't want to give up the big play, and you just getting numbers because of that. That's what this was. So I don't want to give them too much credit. I also don't want to give them too much credit because this was basically the bench unit of Minnesota. Like, you're supposed to beat them. And you were like, the difference in talent showed the last couple minutes. That's all I'll say. Um, Zion was getting inefficient fucking shots as usual because nobody can seem to get him the ball, and we're not able to make good use of what he does best. Looked a whole lot better without Steven Adams, especially on the defensive end. I got to give Zion credit, at least in the fourth quarter. On that side of the ball, he looked really fucking good. To be honest, I can't even I was surprised and I was looking for because I was like, I hadn't seen Zion lose sight of his man in a while. I was impressed. I was impressed. Bi defensively, no, but that Bi was probably worse than Lonzo was for a little bit because he was literally falling on the floor giving the ball. I don't know if he was just gassed, fatigued, or what, but he kept falling on the floor, coughing up the ball. It was ridiculous. Bledsoe shot 23 shots tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to hear anybody complain about his shot attempts, even though they did the same thing for Lonzo. They complained about him having 18 the other day, but I digress. He had 23 shots. He made 11. He finished the game, I think, with 28 points. He was aggressive. He got to the paint. Um, he didn't make all of his shots. He definitely got blocked a couple times, but his effort was there. It's like he got like 7 or 8 points in the first quarter, and he started feeling it, and then from that point on, it just kind of carried him. Um, he played really solid, good D. He was definitely the Pels' best player tonight. Um, Zion had a double double. I believe he had 19 and 11, or he might have had 19 and 10. I know he had 19 points. He was one short of making, another game where he had over 20. But that Zion defense has been terrible. I know I just kind of spoke about how good he was in that little fourth quarter stretch, and he was playing small ball five. And they had Bi power four, but I gotta tell y'all, man, like there was like 2 or 3 plays where he lost his guy like straight, and I'm just like, he has no freaking defensive awareness. And I think maybe if you play him at the five, he might be better because I don't think he has to rely so much. Like where he would be positioned at, I think would alleviate his need for defensive awareness like that to some degree. But I digress. I'm not saying I want to see him start at the five over Steven Adams or anything like that, but if you go check it, we've struggled against every team that has a stretch five. Um, Pacers, OKC, Lakers, uh, can't say the Jazz, uh, Miami. I'm trying to think who else we've played. But you kind of see the trend. And there was a lot of it because Nas Reed started knocking down threes, and there was a couple plays where they were in a pick and roll, and Nas popped. And so they, out of habit, was crashing to the board or to the rim, and Nas got an open look at three, and it was just like, that's going to be there every game. Whenever we play the huge front courts, or I'm going to add this to the list now, any team that has like stretch fives, you can count Steven Adams as unplayable. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Steven Adams is going to be unfucking playable. Because he's just his muscle memory and stuff is traditional big. And he's not athletic enough to close out on the big if he fucks that up or if the big pops. This game was just terrible, man. And I even said on Twitter, I said I ain't watching another motherfucking game of the Pels until they make a roster shakeup or trade zone. And basically, what that means is I ain't watching another game of the Pels until they trade zone. Now I'm sitting here lying to y'all because I'm gonna end up watching just to watch Alonzo play. But like in the heat of the moment, man, I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted. Like you guys got to understand something. I'm a Saints fan. You know, I was born and raised in Louisiana, uh, but I'm a Mavs fan. Still a Mavs fan, and we got a championship. We got a championship off the hard work of Dirk and the rest of those guys. And even now, we got Luca and KP, right? So I'm used to us winning. I'm used to us being in the playoffs. I am used to us being competitive. I am used to us like blistering teams. You know, I'm used to watching Dirk work magic. You know, that is what I'm used to. I'm used to being able to talk cash money shit about everybody on my team to the next team and go out there and talk my shit even more when they win or if they lose. This Pels team has taken my joy of the game away. And if I feel that way, I can only imagine the players. But let's talk about it real quick. Stan. I think we've seen enough evidence. Lonzo, it's not so much that Lonzo has to play point guard, but this team needs run. They need to run. Like scratch all that other shit. This team needs to run. In order for this team to run, you're gonna need to get Lonzo the ball as soon as you get the rebound. You need to be looking to find Lonzo to get him the ball. Zion had a great rebound into transition into attack the basket. He did like he that was phenomenal. I was surprised. I didn't expect it. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. But do I want to see that every single time? No. I would like to see Lonzo get the ball and transition more, and I like to see them run more. Um, Even on makes, I want to see them get out and transition. I want them hustling to get the ball to Lonzo to sprint to the other court and get their offense going. Um, so I think he's going to need a bump in usage rating. If I'm staying, I'm formulating the offense around Zoe's skill set, and I'm gonna say that because I'm not saying I don't want Bi with the ball, and I'm not saying I don't want Zion with the ball. What I'm saying is I want this team to run as the basis of their offense. I don't want to see dribble, you know, or dribble. Can't you see? Nobody can stop Bi when he's shooting. You know, I don't want to see that. You know, shout out to B. Uh, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of Zion getting these crowded last minute shot attempts. Like, I need to see more Zion motion to get those alley oops, or I need to see this pick and roll where, you know, Lonzo gets to actually set up the alley oop or the pass to the big. You know, granted, with all things Stephen Adams does well, I've not seen him get like last year. Derek Favors used to feast off of Lonzo just giving him easy attacks at the basket, and people were like, "Oh, well, he don't attack the basket." Well, shit, he was giving easy lobs, so they was just jump over and dunk it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know, I would like to see more of that. Um, and I gotta say this, and I've been saying this for a while. The best Bi is Bi off ball. I don't care what anybody say. I like Bi. I love Bi. I think he's a great player, but with the ball, he's way too mellow centric, Carmelo centric. When he's off the ball, he's playing like a shooter, not a scorer, a shooter. Bi the shooter is the best version of Bi, not Bi the scorer. Bi the scorer reminds me of Russell Westbrook. Bi the shooter reminds me of Kevin Durant. I want to see Bi the shooter because I feel like when he's off the ball, he has a greater range of motion and he can get his shots much more easy. Which now takes me to the third quarter. Third quarter, they give up games. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, Stan don't make adjustments. He actually does make adjustments. The problem is the adjustments he's making isn't benefiting the team the way it needs to. Now, again, Stan doesn't have all the guys he needs to run his team the way he wants to. But again, what I always say is you don't coach to what you want to do, you coach to your team. So if there's any critique I have of him, you got to coach these guys the way they need to be coached, which is the way they are meant to play. Um, Pels in the third quarter are atrocious. They're one of the worst teams in the league. To the point. Where's William Gabriel? I want to see him play. Put him in. Put him in. Just go ahead and put William Gabriel in. Let him get some run. You know what? Go ahead and let Kerry Lewis get some run too. Fuck it. Let them get some run. I might even, you know what? I think I want to see small ball Melly. My thing is like in some lineups, I don't think I would have an issue necessarily running small ball 5 Melly. Not every game, but against some teams, I don't think I would have mind seeing him match up this game with Nas Reed or something, or some of these guys off the bench. I think we could have used Melly. If nothing else for him spacing the floor. Hell, you're going to play J.J. Redick. Why not play Melly? He's a bigger J.J. Redick. I mean, that's it. Look. This team is Garbagier. there's no better way. This team is Garbagier. They shouldn't be, but they are. And truth be told, this team was built for them to have to play their young guys, which means you got to deal with the losing, you got to deal with the growing pains. But you got Josh Hart, who's 25, Nall, who turns 22 this year, B.I., who's 23, turned 24 this year, along with Lonzo, who's 23, turned 24 this year. Zion, who's 20, who'll be 21 this year, right? You got, that's a young-ass team. You guys got to understand that. Jackson Hayes is he's 20, he'll be 21 this year. Young team. Freaking young team. They're going to make mistakes. We're not going to talk about Kerry, even though he's 19, because he don't really play. They're going to lose games, okay? I get it. But they need run. They need run. And matter of fact, here's another thing I would do, Stan. Because you go talk to Lonzo, he's your guy on the field. I say, this is what you do. Lonzo, come here. Come closer. Come closer. Hey, Lonzo. Damn the offense. Go out there and play ball. Yeah. I would just grab Lonzo and be like, look, scrap the entire offense. Go out there and play. Go out there and play. B.I., go out there and play. Zion, go out there and play. You guys, fuck the offense. Just play. Just play ball. Just play ball. Something so simple. Just play ball. And I'm positive. I'm willing to bet my left testicle, which is worth $35K. I'm willing to bet my left nut. You just tell them to go play ball. They'll figure it out. If I give nothing else to Gentry let them boys go out there and play ball. They'll figure it out on the offense. Now on the defense is about effort. It's about desire. My thing is, if these guys figure it out on offense, I think it'll show up on defense. I really do. And yeah, there's some things they can work on, obviously, but here's my thing. If you get out and you run, and everybody gets to touch the ball is moving, and then here's what I would tell them. I'd be like, yo, Lonzo, press him, and trap. We're trapping the ball handler. As soon as they come across the half court, you're not getting pick and roll. Trap his ass. Trap his motherfucking ass. Make him give up the ball. And give it, make sure you take away everybody who's a ball handler on the court. The only person allowed to get a ball in their hand is somebody who has no handles. Period. If they can't dribble with the ball, they can get the ball. Make them make plays. But I don't care who the hell you are. If you hit that half court, we're trapping. We are pressing you. And matter of fact, Zoe is gonna press you full court to make sure we gonna get you turned the right way and position just where we need to make sure we get that trap. You finna get trapped. You're not about to sit here and run pick and roll on us all day like you did 8, 9 times in a row in the goddamn second half, or was the first half, the second quarter. You're not finna do that shit the entire game. Look, pick his ass up. Don't let him get shit. Trap him, and that's okay. You against some good teams, you may not be able to do that all the time. They might have some shooters all over the court, but damn that shit. Damn that shit. Get the ball out of the ball handler's hand. We not letting you get pick and rolls all day. You're not about to sit here and do that bullshit. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. I'm digging off at everybody's ass. You motherfuckers. You put pressure on their ass. If you make them expend energy to get across half court. You make them take up time so they don't have 17, 18 seconds to get into their offense and start running shit. You want them to get across half court and they can't even get their offense set up and they got to start running their offense at 13 seconds, which means you got a limited amount of time to get your first and second looks. Your second look is going to have to rush for a shot. That's what I do. Fuck it. These boys young. And you gonna put it on their ass, put it on their ass. That's the way I look at it. We gonna play this pussyfoot shit. Cause you know what they started doing with Rubio? They started hedging and they started trapping. And they got the ball out of his hands and they put it in somebody else's hands. Now, they didn't have the personnel to finish and execute, but they weren't getting killed by pick and rolls. That's an adjustment that Stan made. I know a lot of people gonna be like, Stan don't adjust. He actually made that adjustment. They even mentioned it with Jen Hill at halftime. They're going to put some pressure on Rubio, and they did that. They basically neutralized the bullshit Rubio was doing to kill him in the second quarter. So, it's there. Just do what you got to do. Again, this roster ain't built the way Stan wants to play. Truth be told, this roster ain't built the way any of them want to play. But the best way to play them is to run and play defense. Like, I've been saying this for the longest. Based off Lonzo's skill set in particular, Lonzo-based teams all the way from college to, his high school days at Chino Hill and AAU, they play full court press defense. They play defense. They are going to suffocate you so that they can run and get easy buckets. Like, the name of the game for them is get up as many shots as you can. And the only way you're going to do that is to press the ball and force them to make turnovers and get them out of their sets as quickly as possible so you can get those shots. If you got to sit there and set up your defense, one, you're missing out on valuable seconds to enforce or impart your will. If Lonzo picks up at full court, guess what? They got to send somebody back there to help. If they got to send somebody back there to help, that's going to take up time off the clock for them to get going. Plus, it gives your team more time to set up if they got to go do that. So, okay, Lonzo's back there pressing. Let's say Rubio can't get the ball. Okay, so maybe Culver has to come back there to help. Okay, they barely get the ball in for the 5 seconds. Okay, Culver is bringing the ball up, right? Lonzo's still pressing. Whoever's guarding Culver, let's just say it's Josh Hart. Josh Hart is on Culver. He's still got to struggle to get the ball up. What they're going to do, send another person? By then, you've wasted a lot of time and energy. So all your guys who are backcourt has to come up court, and they got to get back in a position to set up the offense. You're wasting time off the clock. But remember, I said you trap them as soon as they cross that line. Trap their ass. Guess what they got to do now? Even though those guys went set up, they got to come and get open and try to get a pass so they can try to run something. Again, eating up the clock. Defense to me is not just about positioning of the players and defending, it's about time clock management. Again, don't foul. Don't foul. Don't turn the ball over. Some they do bad. Turn the ball over. But to me, with this team, if you press with Lonzo, trap the point guard, make them give it up to somebody else, I think you'll do better off with this team on defense. Personally, it's going to be hard as fuck, but guess what? They're going to have to be ready to play. Because I guarantee you, I put it like this, they showed signs of pressing in this game. And what happened when they started pressing? They started getting turnovers. I'm just saying. You might be like, okay, you're not going to be able to press Steph Curry, Dame Lillard. Bullshit. That's how they beat them. That's how New Orleans beat Dame Lillard and McCollum in the playoffs. They trapped the shit out of Dame Lillard and made McCollum and everybody else make plays. They took the ball out of his hands. You sitting there getting killed 8 plays in a row through a pick and roll. Fuck that. Nah, press that nigga. Press his shit. But anyway, Pels got their ass blown back. It was 110 to 120. No excuses. The only person that played somewhat good was Bledsoe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't believe in that two-way shit. You play everybody as a two-way player because you play offense and defense. You may be poor at it, and somebody may be better at it, but you're a two-way player. Period. And I need to see more of that. Better play on both sides of the ball from everybody. And yes, Lonzo is not. Nah, he's not one of the. I know there's a whole lot of shit going on right now about okay, Lonzo has his faults. He's part of the reason. I know people troll. Oh, it's Lonzo's fault. Look, Lonzo he left a lot of good plays on the court that he could have made. I'm sorry. On the defensive end, especially, the last couple games he has not been Zoe. And I know people want to talk about all this other stuff. Remember, he just came back from that tendinopathy. Okay, I'm not saying he's fine. I'm not saying he's hurt. I get that too a little bit, but no excuses. If you playing, you playing, dude. I need you to do better on defense. You're leaking off the help too much. You're giving too much cushion. Beasley hit one shot on Zoe earlier today because he leaked off too much. He couldn't get back in time. So I don't want to hear that shit that Zoe is he's doing everything right because he damn sure ain't. He damn sure ain't. I could make a laundry list of shit he ain't doing right. But anyway, I'm about to get off this motherfucker. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna play my Switch. But y'all have a good one. Man, that's some bullshit. Hey, post that man stats. I don't care how bad they are. Post that man stats. We ain't forgot. Bleacher Report, post his motherfucking stats. Peace.